Hello, junior researchers. My name is Dr. Schwartz. I've been given the esteemed task of educating you all on what exactly it means to be a researcher here and what type of entities you'll be running into here. Remember, as a researcher here, it is your duty to get the best understanding, not just for the betterment of humanity and its protection, but also for the protection of the SCPs here and your fellow researchers. SCP-1504 is a prime example of why getting this understanding is vital for your continued employment here. Let's begin. This document was recovered from the site Precious Document Vault. Item description: an unremarkable man who was not able to be harmed. Date of recovery is... Location of recovery is... At... Current status... Missing. Addendum 1504-1. Interviewed 1504. Interviewer is Dr. Lloyd. Forward 1504 is being interviewed and questioned on his background. Begin log. What is your name? I don't remember. Joe something? Okay. Now, what year were you born? 1982. Thank you for the year, but do you have an exact date? No, I never knew when I was born. Dr. Lloyd's nose begins to bleed around this time. Oh, excuse me. My nose is bleeding. Dr. Lloyd left the room and returned a few minutes later. I'm sorry, that was weird. I've never been prone to random nosebleeds. It's fine. Maybe a storm is coming. I've heard the changes of air pressure can make a person's nose bleed. Maybe. Do you know why you can't be hurt? The subject was silent for a few seconds and then proceeded to weep. I don't really want to talk about it. That's fine. Thank you for your cooperation with today's interview. You may return to your room. End log. We didn't know his true anomaly. We didn't know what he could really do. I guess he affects computers too. Our automatic security system began to have hiccups. A breach here, a breach there, but nothing that surprised us. Then our Keter got out. And only about half of the staff here realized it. The other half? Well, they all died. We managed to contain it. We sent a request for more staff, but they never responded. Our supplies were dwindling, so we asked for more. Nothing. They didn't even acknowledge our existence. We had more breaches, more deaths, and yet we never questioned the breaches or these deaths. I don't know why we didn't question those deaths. Earlier today, we had a site-wide containment breach. All the doors opened because of those hiccups I mentioned earlier. Most of all the remaining staff members are dead. Those who are still alive are few and far between. We can't contain a breach of this magnitude, and the other Foundation sites will probably ignore it. They'll cite it as a completely normal and ignore it. I'm gonna put this in the vault, and then set off the on-site nuke. I'm already badly hurt, and the blast would save more lives than it'll end. If anyone ever finds this, tell my wife that I love her, and that I'm sorry for spending so much time at my job. Tell her that I said goodbye, and that I'm thinking of her as I die. Researcher Daryl Lloyd. This was handwritten on the document, presumably before it was in the Precious Document Vault. There are bloodstains on the document. Later analysis proved this to be Dr. Lloyd's blood. Parts of this document are unreadable due to the smearing. Addendum 1504-3. The site nuclear warhead was detonated on to counteract a Class 7 containment breach. A total of anomalies were destroyed in the blast, anomalies were recovered, and anomalies are missing, including 1504. Foundation personnel died on site. This document has been updated per the new information recovered from site. Item number: SCP-1504. Object class: Keter. Special containment procedures. SCP-1504 is not currently contained. If any Foundation personnel see the subject, they are to contact the current project head. In the event that SCP-1504 is found, it is to be brought to Area 114 and contained in a 3 meter by 3 meter by 3 meter containment chamber. To enter subject containment chamber, a total of 4 level 3 staff members are needed. 2 staff members must remain inside the control room and remotely enact the failsafe should a containment breach occur. The failsafe consists of flooding the containment chamber and surrounding areas with halothane vapor, which has proven to be the only viable method of incapacitating SCP-1504. Extensive research has shown that SCP-1504 can be incapacitated by blunt force trauma to the head. The subject is to be kept fully confined and incapacitated at all times through the use of restraints and halothane vapor. The other staff members must release multiple locks simultaneously. A minimum of 4 guards are to be protecting them at all time. After all the locks are released, 1 staff member may enter the containment chamber. The guards must be ready for a containment breach at all times while the containment chamber is open. No automatic systems may be used in Area 114. All doors and containers must be locked using simple combination locks or simple padlocks. All personnel working at Area 114 must have a high aptitude for parapsychology or a strong resilience to perception shifts. Description: SCP-1504 is a Caucasian male, standing at 1.95 meters tall. The subject's appearance is unremarkable, aside from a small birthmark on its right shoulder. SCP-1504's anomalous trait includes its inability to be harmed or killed. All actions carried out by SCP-1504 will be perceived by surrounding individuals as being within expectations for the situation. SCP-1504 has been known to attack personnel who will then believe circumstances or their own doing has hurt them. The subject is able to affect electronic and automatic systems. SCP-1504 was brought to the attention of the Foundation because of its inability to be harmed, and was classified as an anomalous object after initial testing. The subject was held at site in the anomalous object wing of the facility. On a site-wide security failure and subsequent containment breach resulted in an on-site nuclear warhead being detonated. SCP-1504 was declared missing after a search of the site did not reveal a confirmed death. A low-priority search was issued, but soon was raised to a high priority after the above document was found. MTF Eta-6, aka Awareness Filters, was formed to find SCP-1504. Addendum 1504-1. After being further analyzed and sent through multiple filters, it was discovered that SCP-1504's responses were different from what was previously recorded. The document has been updated to include these responses. Interviewed, SCP-1504. Interviewer, Dr. Lloyd. Forward, SCP-1504 is being questioned on its background. Begin log. What is your name? I'm not gonna tell you. You'll just ignore me. Okay. Now, what year were you born? I told you. You wouldn't even notice if I punched you in the nose. Thank you for the year, but do you have an exact date? I didn't give you a fucking year. Hey, Doc, watch this! SCP-1504 got up from his seat and proceeded to physically assault Dr. Lloyd. The subject then returned to its seat. Oh, excuse me. My nose is bleeding. Dr. Lloyd left the room and returned a few minutes later. I'm sorry, that was weird. I've never been prone to random nosebleeds. It's because I punched you. Maybe. Do you know why you can't be hurt? I could say anything. I could do anything. I could say that I'm going to rape and kill your wife, and you wouldn't even notice. Hell, I could actually rape and kill your wife, and you wouldn't notice. I'm living in a virtual hell because I can't die. I'm gonna step outside this room and take that guard's gun, and I'm gonna shoot myself with that gun, and nothing, fucking nothing, is gonna happen. The subject appears to be in tears at this point. Do you know what it feels like to be in a room crowded with people, and they all ignore you? Do you know how hellish my life is? I want to die. That's fine. Thank you for your cooperation with today's interview. You may return to your room. End log. As you all can see, our ignorance to what this SCP could really do not only caused the SCP harm, but cost us many lives of both personnel and SCPs. Now, SCP-1504 is loose in the world and is most likely causing harm. We must aim to completely understand and protect, otherwise we may fail to achieve our crucial goal. We die in the dark so that they can live in the light. That'll be all for today. Rest up and prepare for our next session.